All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. So Kamaru Usman is not taking prisoners anymore. He's not taking it anymore. He's not going to let you say that he's on juice and not respond, okay? He's not going to take it anymore. He just went on Rogan and he had a conversation with Joe Rogan about direct accusations made against him by more plates, more dates. And he said it's bullshit. And he addressed the feedback about why, we know he's on roids because of blah, blah, blah. I'm going to show you guys that video. I don't want to step on it too much. I'll show you guys the video and then I'll give you guys some commentary on it. And then I'm going to show you another piece of media that's going to show you, if you want a real indicator of whether or not Kamaru Usman is on juice or not, forget about what this, I'm going to show you the video that forget about that. Forget about anything that you saw in more plates, more dates. Forget about any of that. I've got stone hard data to show you that's like, oh, damn. And I've never seen anyone talk about it. That's not true. I did see someone talk about it, but not very widely spread. So we're going to get into it. If you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. Listen here. We have a going out of business sale going on right now. IP Vanish is with us for one more month. We've been spreading protection all across the internet. Now, if you like Google, no, everyone likes Google. If you like these other platforms that are not Google or YouTube, stealing your data and selling it to other people, then you should probably just stick with what you're doing. But if you don't like it, you should get a VPN protector. And it should be IP Vanish. So go to ipvanish.com/Jesse, Jesse, and use the promo code Jesse, Jesse, and you could start protecting yourself. Stop giving up your data for free. What are you, some guy? Hey, girl, you be giving it up anyway. Why are you giving it up for free? Why don't you make some of that money? Don't be a data whore, bitch. What? Anyway, so Kamaru, it's the best ad read ever, right? It's the best ad read ever. If that's the best ad read you've ever heard, subscribe to the channel. That's it, dude. All right, so we're going to jump into this thing, and I am going to deliver on my promise. I am going to show you exactly how we know whether or not Kamaru Usman is likely on juice. But first, we're going to let Kamaru Usman respond to the haters, because he did on the Rogan podcast. So let's watch it. Ready, set, go.
The Joe Rogan experience.
It's funny to me because I get it all the time now.
Of course.
Like people accuse me all the time, and I haven't really told the story, but so one day I saw like people kept tagging me in this video. And there was some fucking guy, some dumbass that's on YouTube that swears he can spot people that do, PEDs.
Oh, it's probably more plates, more dates.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Derek, he's been on the podcast before.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, I know that guy's doing it because I can see the marks on him and stuff like that. And so he starts they start pointing out, because I have like 5 scars on my stomach, like burn, like discoloration on my stomach, and they start pointing at that, and he starts talking about it and making up this whole theory, and it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit because it.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make an executive decision here. I am going to go ahead and cut this off, and I'm going to tell you exactly what he said. Okay, so more plates, more dates. What he said was that the scarring on his stomach demonstrates that he's on PEDs. The story that Kamaru tells is that he had like some kind of like moles that were on his stomach. He got them, kind of burned off like you do. And then he went and wrestled, and they were supposed to just fall off. He had them torn off wrestling. And so they scarred on his stomach. That's what actually happened with his stomach. And so he also directly calls out more plates. He's talking about more plates, more dates.
So then this fucking guy's like, oh, he's doing PEDs. Look, he's got the marks on his stomach, and it hurt my feelings. I'm like, I'm like one of those guys who I'm like, I don't even think about PEDs because my work, even if I don't care, I probably have dealt with someone that was cheating or competed against someone that was cheating, but my work will far exceed all of that. And so when I see idiots online or saying, oh, yeah, I know for a fact he's doing PD, I'm like, have you ever been to fucking Africa? Have you been to Africa? There's a lot of Francis Ngannou's walking around. There's a lot of guys like me just walking around. And because of the work and because of the way that I fight, they're like, oh, no, he's definitely got to be doing something because they can't explain why you are the way you are, why your performance exceeds what their mind is mentally capable of.
There's a photo of you where on top of the cage after one of the victories, and you're like this, like, and it looks preposterous. Like, if I didn't know any better, I'd be like, that motherfucker's on some shit.
It's
genetics are real, man.
Oh,
genetics are real. This is not, everybody did not get the same deck of cards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Look at that one. Come on, son. If I saw that shit, I'd be like, if someone said, do you think this guy's on the juice? I'm like, highly likely.
Yeah, adrenaline.
Everything.
You know, and I think this is right after the Masvidal fight.
Oh, man.
I don't like the way he's been talking about me. But he does it in a really respectful way. He says it hurt his feelings, you know? Kamaru is a very likable guy, dude. Like I said, I was always very indifferent to Kamaru Usman. Not indifferent, just like, you know, again, like I've said, like, he's obviously a really likable guy. But just in terms of, like, as a fight fan, there's just something that, you know, there are some guys that you're really extra drawn to, like, be excited when they fight. He just wasn't one of those guys for me. But that has changed now. I'm a Kamaru fan, son. I'm a fan. And I do not think he's on juice. I don't think he's on roids. And I'm going to show you exactly why I don't think he's on roids. Okay? Jesse, you're just trying to be controversial. Everyone knows he's on juice. Oh, you know that? Hang on. You know that. You know that he's on juice. Bro. Everyone knows he's on juice. No, you don't. You absolutely do not know he's on juice. Okay? And I'm going to tell you how I know that you don't know. Okay? Because everybody's just looking at him and going, impossible. They're doing like they're doing the eyeball impossible. Eyeball impossible. So, listen, there are guys that are eyeball impossible. He's not one of them. Okay? But like I said, I'm going to show you exactly why I don't think and it's based on data. But first I want to say this. Because one of the things that he also said in this video is he's like, have you ever been to Africa? There's a lot of Francis Ngannou's walking around, which is true. Like, have you guys ever seen the pictures of the sand miners, the underwater sand miners in Africa? Like, I'm pretty sure that their job is diving down in the water and then, you know, like pulling sand from the bottom of the whatever river or lake or whatever. And then, like, you know, it's absolutely grueling work that they do every single day. These guys you could never convince anyone. If they were in the UFC, no, you'd be like, oh, 1,000% they're on juice. And it's like, nope, genetics and hard work. Okay. Now they work diving for sand all day long. Kamaru has chosen to punish himself all day, every day, forever. Right. And I know the story about the pharmacist. I know everyone keeps coming. Oh, wasn't his dad like a dirty pharmacist or something? Wasn't there something about him being like a dirty pharmacist? And it's like, no, that's actually not what happened. What happened was people that worked for the company were pulling a scam where they were like pretending to prescribe opioids and doing some kind of I'm pretty sure it was actually insurance fraud is what they actually did. But it didn't have anything to do with concocting new untraceable drugs. Okay. And by the way, if you haven't watched Patrick Avia's documentary about Kamaru Usman, fucking get on that, dude. It has the lowest view count of any of his documentaries, which is a travesty. It's the best one. I fucking cried 3 times.
So 15 years. I looked at the judge, looked at my family. There was not much I could do.
And
what was going through your mind?
It's like a dead man walking. I cried, my wife cried, my kids cried.
It was very difficult.
They got the handcuffs and everything, so I was in a hurry, so it's like, well, this is it. Just took me out of their life and
And I have to put myself in his reality, that he has to go into a cell.
I didn't even know what to do then.
I just remember feeling so powerless. Some murderers get less time than that.
You didn't kill anybody.
When these hedge fund guys found guilty for manipulating these markets for billions, you give them 6 months house arrest?
I cried 3 times, dude. 3 times. Not 2, 3 times. You know? In like the kind of way where, like I've talked about this before. It's like, you know, wait, you cried, bro? Hold up. You cried? It's like, yeah. I did. I teared up, man. I teared up. You teared up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you're a bitch. Oh, really? Is that right? Hang on. Let me ask you a question. Have you seen the movie Rudy? Yeah. Did you tear up at the end of Rudy? No. You are a fucking pussy then. You're a pussy, dog. Okay? If you don't cry at the end of Rudy, that means you're a bitch. That's the fucking rules. And so I'm going to use that same fucking logic on the Kamaru Usman documentary. Now you can go watch it and be like, Jesse, I only cried once. I'm all, well, you're not as big of a gangster as me then, okay? I was bawling my eyes out. I couldn't even breathe. I was crying so fucking hard. And that's how you know I'm the shit and you're a bitch. Because I cried so fucking hard. I didn't. Anyway, so I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. But here's what I want to show you guys, okay? So you guys have seen Kamaru Usman's brother, right? Pretty big guy. Props to his brother, too, for winning Ultimate Fighter. And then also, one thing that I heard his brother say, and I meant to say this in a video, and I've been forgetting. His brother was like, he said something where he was like, he's like, this is just really awesome because now I get to wear all the gear and I don't feel like an imposter. And I was like, dude, I completely understand that. Like, I totally fucking understand that. Because, like, when you go to events, go to Fighter Hotel, go to go to the fucking, like, where any of these things where these fighters and their teams go, it's very obvious who the fighters are and who the team, or like the teams, right? Because they're all decked the fuck out in UFC gear, right? But the reality is, like, there are UFC fighters and there are guys who are not UFC fighters. And his brother being there as his brother, he's not his coach. He's there as his brother. He's decked in UFC gear. I totally understand why he would feel like kind of like imposter syndrome. And now he's fucking there. That's real, dude. Like, he won Ultimate Fighter. He didn't just like go on Ultimate. He fucking won Ultimate Fighter. He's legit. He won by knockout. He's in. So congratulations to him. I've been meaning to say that and I just can't remember to do that. Anyway, whatever. So what are we talking about though? His brother's fucking huge. His brother's super yoked, right? Okay. Well, that probably means that they're both on juice. Maybe. But let me ask you a question. You think his mom is on juice? Huh? You think Kamaru Usman's mom is on juice? I don't understand the question. I mean, I'm just asking. Do you think, Kamaru's probably he's 35? Right? He's 35 or something like that. So his mom is probably in her 50s or 60s. Do you figure that she's doing steroids? I still don't understand the question. It's not a trick question. Do you think his fucking mom is doing steroids? Why would she do steroids? Exactly. Why the fuck would she do steroids, dude? Right? Why? What does this have to do with anything? Oh, good question. Because this is his mom. Okay? This is his mom. I think the main thing you might want to take a gander at is her fucking arm, dude. I mean, listen, like, I know that, like, stupid people, they go, oh, guy's got great genetics. Let me look at his dad. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his dad's physique looks like. But I know that his mom's physique is absolutely obscenely abnormal in the direction of hypermuscular, super athletic, right? That is not the arm of your fucking average 55 to 60-year-old woman, dude. Maybe old, actually maybe older. I don't know, 35. She could be as old as fucking, who knows? Gabrielle's mom had her when she was fucking 41. That would make her 70 something. I doubt that. But I mean, you understand what I'm saying? You understand that genetics are passed down from parents? Like, that's how genetics works. So, like, parents have genes. Their parents gave them genes, and then you mix the genes, and then you make a baby. You know? That's why it's like good breed stock. Like, I can't even help myself. Like, a lot of times, like, I'll meet like a girl who's a fucking thoroughbred. Now, thoroughbred is a word that I do not use just for like a lot of people say that about like hot girl. No, that is not the way I use it. I use it about a hot girl that looks ridiculously athletic, like, and generally is really tall, right? My buddy Christian has been together with this girl Lauren for a long time. She actually Christian went with me to UFC 270, and then his girl picked us up, and then we went to Fighter Hotel, which is where I was staying, and then I'll leave the fighter's name out of this. Christian and his girl introduced themselves to one of the fighters who is a very, very big dude. Christian's a huge dude too. This guy looked at her like, it was 2 a.m. He looked at her like the way, like, you know, if it was like, if the male sex drive was totally unmasked, right? Like if it was like, there is no decorum, right? Like there's no, you know, where people are like, oh, how are you? And in their mind, they're like, I'll bend her over the table and lick her fucking body head to toe. You understand that, girl? I would fucking lick your body from your head to your fucking toe. Like, if that was, you know, instead of just thinking it, like if a look could talk, he looked at her like she was a fucking T-bone steak and he hadn't eaten in a year. You know, he's wasted. He was just like, I've never seen anyone and Christian is this huge, super scary fucking guy, convicted bank robber, did a shitload of time. He's 235 pounds of absolute sheer brick tattooed muscle. And this fucking savage UFC bastard literally just looked at, he wasn't even there, dude. And was just like, oh, nice to meet you. But anyway, she's a thoroughbred, is where I was going with that. You know, she is the definition of a thoroughbred. She's like 6 foot. Like, you look at her and you're like, Jesus, like in your mind, like at least for me, in my mind, I'm like, fuck, I bet she's fast. Like, I bet she's a fucking fast runner, I mean. Like, I bet she's fast as fuck. So anyway, that's why when you look at like a thoroughbred girl, you think like, that girl better fucking breed with someone like Ray Lewis, you know? Christian, they'll have some good breed. I mean, if they have kids, they'll have fucking good breed stock. He's a very big, scary guy. But, yeah. So anyway, getting back to the point, we're kind of off the rails today, but yeah, that's Kamaru Usman's mom. Okay? That shows ridiculous genetics, dude. That is someone wired to look like Kamaru Usman if you train hard. So, I believe him, yo. I believe him, yo. Hey, I don't know why, but I believe him, yo. So, anyway, that's probably enough, you know. Jesse, I love your videos, but they're too fucking long. Oh, is that right? Well, let me tell you something, commenter that said that to me the other day. If something is good, don't you want more of it? Like, that is a comment that I can't make heads or tails of. Like, my favorite fucking YouTubers, I'm like, I love your shit, bro. I wish you made less of it. Like, I really enjoy your content, but fuck, man. Do you think you could scale back the volume? I don't want such a large amount of it. I love it, but like, don't do it so much, you know? I don't understand that feedback at all. Because if you like my content, essentially what you're buying is just me talking shit, talking nonsense, son. Or just talking, you know? Talking, I'm an acquired taste, you know? Yeah. Me and Gabrielle are going out tonight, and guess who we're going to hang out with? I'll give you a hint. He's over 6'4", and he was a UFC fighter. Maybe. He's a big ass dude. And maybe he's in town to do Rogan. I love you guys. Peace in the Middle East.